Hello guys, I hope you're doing fine. I'm still in Krakow. I'm here for more than a month, like thousands of other Ukrainians, and I want to tell you a bit about this beautiful city because it's my favorite in Poland. If you ask me, Diana, which city in Poland I should visit first, for me it's definitely Krakow. It's very hard for me to talk about this city from touristic perspective because it's my first visit here and I live here more than a month, but I'll try to give you the clue where you should go to find the most interesting and amazing places of Krakow because that's exactly the reason why I stay here for so long. This city is amazing. It's full of history, interesting places to visit, museums, theaters, churches, bars, cafeterias, and so on and so on. I would recommend you to start from the most obvious spot. It's old city of the Krakow. It's just amazing architecture complex in the center of the city. Most of the buildings there were built in the 15th century, in the king's time. It's very atmospheric, full of very nice samples of Gothic architecture. If you don't have enough time, you can just walk the central street, enjoy Renox Square, enjoy the most beautiful churches, and go to the Wawel Castle. But if you have more time, I would recommend you to explore every street in the old town because all of them are so beautiful and there are so many hidden gems you can find that if you just spend several hours walking every street, you will get lots and lots of joy. In every Polish city, I try to find the best viewpoint where you can enjoy the cityscape of the city. And in Krakow, there are three of them on the Renox Square. First one is on the close hall. It's free to enter because there are restaurant. So you can just walk to the restaurant, enjoy the view, and go back. Second one is on the city hall. For me, it's one of the least favorite, but still it's quite enjoyable to visit it. And the third one, the hardest to get, is the viewpoint on the Mariatska Church. It's the most beautiful, but it's very complicated to get there. First reason is because it's very high and you should walk many steps. And second reason, because the stairs are so narrow, it's almost not possible for two people to squeeze there. So usually they sell ticket in advance for some time. That's why you should buy a ticket. For example, if you want to go tomorrow, you buy a ticket today and you go in your time with a group of 10-15 people. Second, the most popular attraction in Krakow is Wawel Castle. Very beautiful castle. You can get there for free, walk around, but if you want to visit it inside, you should buy tickets. There are many different tickets for different spots of the Wawel Castle. You know that I'm not a big fan of visiting castles, so I would just recommend you to buy ticket for the viewpoint. Wawel Castle also have viewpoint on one of the towers. But if you want to save money, you can enjoy the same view just walking around the castle. And another very interesting attraction near the castle, it's a legendary Wawel Castle dragon. And if you wait for 5 minutes or so, you will see the fire show. This dragon makes fire every 5 minutes. I read on the website that if you send SMS on some number, you can make him do the fire when you want. I tried to do it, but I didn't succeed. I guess this number doesn't work anymore, so we just wait for 5 minutes and enjoy this fire show. But Wawel Castle and Old Town is not the things that do Krakow, because it's something you can see in every Polish city. Beautiful churches, Old Town, some castle, and so on. What really makes Krakow, it's a Jew region called Kazimierz. So in the king's time, there were lots of misunderstanding between Catholic people, Polish people, and Jews, so they made them to leave the Krakow. The Jews weren't allowed to live in the old city. They built their own city called Kazimierz, right next to the Krakow. Now it's just very big touristic and popular region. So if you're thinking where should I rent an apartment in Krakow, definitely it's a Jew region because it's very beautiful, cultural. There are lots of interesting things to see and to visit, and all bars and coffee shops, they are all in Kazimierz. So when we were thinking where should we go to drink coffee, we looked for the best places with a beautiful interior, with a nice coffee, and all places we found were in Kazimierz. Also, I would recommend you to take a tour, a pre-walking tour around Kazimierz. I found the one on the website called Vocative. I will leave you a link in the description. It's not an advertisement because, first of all, they're free, they work for tips. At the end of the tour, you give a tips if you enjoyed it. and I enjoyed it so much, so I took it like 2 times.
Guys, if you look here, we have a plaque, part of a memory trail, Polish, Hebrew, and English, which is telling the story of the building, but also there is a map of the ghetto later.
So on this tour you will find out lots of interesting historical facts about Jews in Poland. Not about their life in the King's time, but of course about their life in the Second World War and during Holocaust. Because as you know, maybe you didn't know, but in Krakow there was the biggest Jew ghetto and the famous Schindler factory. I think you heard about this movie, maybe you saw this movie. And 40 kilometers from the Krakow there was the biggest concentration camp called Auschwitz. You can also take a tour to the factory, you can take a tour to the concentration camp. And when you take this tour, when you go to the Schindler factory, when you go to the Auschwitz, it's very hard to realize that something like this happened 75 years ago. And it's even harder to realize that something like this is happening right now in the Europe, because all this history of the Jews people is so tragic, and all these events that happened during World War II, they're so unbelievably cruel. So I believe that everyone should visit Krakow, everyone should visit these places to realize how horrible is war, how horrible it is to kill people because they have different nationalities, and that no one should repeat it ever again. So that's basically the reasons I love Krakow so much. It's a beautiful history of King's time, very tragic history of Second World War, lots of nice coffee shops, lots of museums, lots of theaters. There is one place I haven't visited yet. It's an entertainment park of Stanisław Lem, because it's work only during summer, and every time I go to the Krakow it's either spring or fall. So for me it's one more reason to visit this city again. So come here and enjoy Krakow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!